What's going on, Red Sox Nation? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got some huge breaking news that is starting to shake the entire baseball world once again, because the Boston Red Sox are suddenly being linked to another potential blockbuster move. Yes, you heard that right. Just when it looked like the roster was finally settling down heading into the 2026 season, reports and insider discussions are once again suggesting that the Red Sox front office could still be exploring a major trade scenario. And if this deal actually happens, it could completely reshape the lineup, the roster balance, and maybe even the future direction of this team. So in this video we're breaking down the latest reports, the possible trade targets, the players who could be involved, and why this situation is quickly becoming one of the most fascinating storylines of the 2026 MLB season. Over the last few weeks, the Red Sox have already been one of the busiest teams in baseball. The front office made several moves to reshape the roster and build a competitive team for the upcoming season. Pitching upgrades, lineup adjustments, and strategic depth additions have all been part of the plan as the organization tries to return to serious contention in the American League. According to recent reports, the team's off-season approach included major trades and free agent signings designed to rebuild the roster after several inconsistent seasons. Boston even made a major financial commitment by signing pitcher Ranger Suarez to a 5-year deal worth around $130 million while also acquiring players like Caleb Durbin and other pieces to improve both the rotation and the infield depth. But even with those moves already completed, insiders around the league believe the Red Sox might not be done yet. In fact, the latest buzz suggests the front office is still monitoring the trade market closely, especially when it comes to improving offensive power and balancing the roster. One name that keeps appearing in conversations is Houston Astros infielder Isaac Paredes. Several baseball insiders have pointed out that Boston still makes sense as a potential landing spot for the 27-year-old slugger, especially because the team is still looking for ways to increase power production in the lineup. Paredes has proven he can be a dangerous hitter, and some analysts believe Fenway Park could actually boost his home run potential even further. Now here's where things start to get really interesting. If the Red Sox were to pursue a deal for Paredes, the trade package could involve one of the most exciting and controversial names currently on the roster, Jarren Duran. Duran has been a key piece of the Red Sox lineup and delivered a strong season recently, hitting around .285 with impressive speed and athleticism in the outfield. However, the reality is that Boston currently has a serious logjam in the outfield, with multiple players competing for limited playing time. Because of that situation, league insiders believe Duran could become one of the most valuable trade chips available if the front office decides to pursue a major upgrade somewhere else on the roster. And this isn't just speculation from fans or social media rumors. Respected baseball reporters have also discussed the possibility of a trade framework centered around Duran if the Red Sox truly decide to push for a big move. Some analysts even believe that a deal between Boston and Houston could allow the Red Sox to restructure their lineup completely. By moving Duran, the team could open more designated hitter opportunities for players like Masataka Yoshida or eventually Tristan Casas when he returns from injury later in the season. That type of roster flexibility could be extremely valuable as the team navigates the long MLB season. But that's not the only potential blockbuster scenario floating around right now. Another interesting mock trade proposal that recently surfaced involved a possible deal between the Red Sox and the New York Mets. In that hypothetical blockbuster, Boston would acquire third baseman Mark Vientos and starting pitcher Sean Manaea in exchange for Masataka Yoshida and a top pitching prospect. The idea behind that deal would be to strengthen both the lineup and the starting rotation at the same time while also addressing some of the team's positional congestion. Whether or not that specific trade actually happens is still uncertain, but it highlights something very important about the current direction of the Red Sox organization. This front office clearly isn't afraid to think big. After several seasons of being criticized for playing things too safe, the team's leadership appears much more aggressive when it comes to exploring major roster moves. Executives know that the American League East is one of the toughest divisions in baseball, with powerhouse teams constantly competing for playoff spots. If the Red Sox want to keep pace with rivals like the Yankees, Orioles, and Blue Jays, standing still simply isn't an option. Another factor driving all these rumors is the sheer number of talented players currently competing for roster spots in Boston. The outfield depth alone has created constant speculation about who might eventually be moved. Players like Christian Campbell, Wiley Abreu, and others are all trying to secure playing time, which means the front office could eventually decide to consolidate that depth into a single high-impact acquisition. Some analysts believe that kind of consolidation trade might actually be the smartest move for the organization right now, turning multiple good players into one potential star who could elevate the lineup. At the same time, the Red Sox coaching staff is still evaluating the roster during spring training to determine the best possible lineup configuration. Manager Alex Cora has already started locking in certain positions and experimenting with batting orders as the team prepares for opening day. Early signs suggest that the organization believes it has a competitive roster, but there is still an understanding that one more big addition could push the team to another level. That's why these blockbuster rumors refuse to disappear. Every time it seems like the Red Sox might be done making moves, another report surfaces suggesting the front office is still making calls around the league. And honestly, that shouldn't surprise anyone. Modern baseball is all about roster flexibility and strategic adjustments. Teams that stay aggressive and open to opportunities often end up finding the best deals. For Red Sox fans, this situation creates both excitement and anxiety. On one hand, the possibility of adding another big name to the roster is incredibly exciting. Fenway Park has always been home to star players and dramatic moments, and a blockbuster trade could reignite that championship energy in Boston. But on the other hand, trading away a fan favorite like Duran or another young talent would definitely be a tough decision for the organization. The big question right now is timing. Will the Red Sox pull the trigger on a blockbuster before opening day, or will they wait until the trade deadline later in the season when the market becomes even more active? Historically, some of the biggest MLB deals happen mid-season when teams have a clearer picture of their playoff chances. If Boston finds itself firmly in contention by summer, the front office might be even more aggressive in pursuing a game-changing addition. For now, one thing is absolutely clear. The Red Sox are once again at the center of the baseball rumor mill, and the possibility of another massive trade is very real. Whether it involves Isaac Paredes, a deal with the Mets, or a completely unexpected target, the situation is evolving quickly and could change at any moment. So Red Sox Nation, now we want to hear from you. If the team does make a blockbuster move, who do you think should be the target? Would you trade Jarren Duran if it meant bringing in a powerful bat like Paredes? Or do you think the team should keep its young core together and trust the current roster to compete in 2026? Drop your thoughts down in the comments because this debate is just getting started. And if you enjoyed this update and want to stay ahead of every Red Sox rumor, breaking news story, and major trade development, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a single update from the channel. The 2026 season is shaping up to be one of the most unpredictable and exciting years in recent Red Sox history, and we're going to cover every twist and turn right here. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.